A new study raising the alarm about whether pilots flying your airplane are ready to handle an emergency. The FAA says many pilots are relying too much on automated flight controls. ABC's Jim Sciutto has more from Reagan National Airport on what you need to know. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Elizabeth. You know, the technology has gotten so good that today pilots really only take the controls for takeoff and landing. And while generally that's made flying safer, what the report found is it may be weakening pilots' ability to respond when the computers fail.
As Air France Flight 447 soared through powerful storms over the Atlantic, the plane's autopilot suddenly disengaged and a stall warning activated. The senior co-pilot saying, "What's happening? I don't know. I don't know what's happening." They pulled the plane's nose up when the correct procedure during a stall is the exact opposite, nose down. "Climb, climb, climb, climb," said the co-pilot, before the captain interrupted, "No, no, no, don't climb." The plane slammed into the ocean, killing all 228 on board. The Air France crash is one of 51 so-called loss of control accidents over the last 5 years.
Auto course 9.
A new study found that in 2/3 of such accidents, pilots had trouble manually flying the plane or made mistakes with automated flight controls.
Are pilots too dependent on this technology?
They can get rusty if they don't be responsible and go back and manipulate the controls of that airplane manually once in a while so they can see how that airplane actually flies.
Fatal accidents in the U.S. have decreased dramatically in the past decade, but hundreds have died in loss of control accidents. 2009, near Buffalo, New York, the pilots of a Colgan Air flight first entered incorrect altitude data into the plane's computer and then worsened a stall. The plane crashed, killing 50. 2 weeks later, a Turkish Airways flight crashed in Amsterdam, killing 9. Investigators described the 3 pilots' automation surprise when they discovered the plane was about to stall.
You still have to have the living, breathing pilot there to make sure that that airplane is operating as a safe manner as possible.
Airlines, regulators discourage, even prohibit pilots from turning off the autopilot in some circumstances. And one thing this report recommends, Elizabeth, is that pilots be allowed to take the controls more often so they can respond quickly when there are problems.